All right. My name is Sarah, and I'm the program coordinator, volunteer program coordinator for cohort 9. And I'm super excited to welcome every one of us to today's session. Yesterday was amazing and fantastic, and I'm pretty certain that today would be even much more fantastic. So, if we're ready for today, if you've been learning a lot, if you've been having a fantastic time, um, your mind has been opening up to a whole lot of amazing innovations. I want to see our virtual claps. I want to see our virtual claps. Let's keep it coming because today's session is going to be super amazing. We're going to learn a whole lot on blockchain architecture, this designing scalable and efficient decentralized system. And we have our amazing speaker, Mr. Chike Okonkwo. He's also the co-founder and business development director at Gamic. So we'll be starting as I take his profile. Right. So, Mr. Chike Okonkwo is a business development consultant and an active stakeholder in the African tech, blockchain, and gaming ecosystem. He has worked with stakeholders at all levels, regulators, industry associations, and private enterprises, both locally and internationally. He has a strong interest in fintech, digital payments, gaming, agriculture, the technology industry, and how it can solve problems in Nigeria and Africa. Chike led the Pan African strategy and partnerships for Threshold.com, a digital asset transaction security solution based in the UK. He has also led business developer for Africa at OKX, the leading global crypto exchanges. He is the co-founder and business development director at Gamic, a decentralized social community platform backed by Binance. Gamic serves gamers, content creators, Web3 enthusiasts, educators, and communities. I'm super excited, and we are super excited to host Mr. Chike. I think I might have met him. Not really met him personally, but I've been at an event that he was there. So I'm super excited to, to see him here. So please trust me, interns. I want to see the virtual applause coming in because you are in for a whole lot, a whole lot. Thank you so much, Mr. Chike, for being here today. On behalf of Madam Deborah Oni, the pioneer for this internship, we welcome you and we say thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Over to you, sir.
Thumbs up if you guys can hear me at all.
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
All right. Good afternoon, ladies. Hope we're all doing okay. I feel very, very excited to be in your midst. When I was told my audience are strictly going to be females, I was very excited because backstory, when I started my journey into the Web3 industry, that was almost a decade ago. It was really very difficult to find women in the room whenever you had Web3 conversations, crypto conversations, and all of that. Back in the days, I had very few friends who were females who were in the space, and one of them is a lady called Ruth Eselema. She done that. We used to call her Bitcoin Mama back in the days because she was one of the first ladies to come into the space. And today she runs one of the major crypto exchanges in Africa. called Bitmama. If you have heard of Bitmama, so yes, that's one of the ladies who has built a crypto exchange, the CEO of a crypto exchange. So whatever we're going to be talking about today, I want you guys to see yourselves as pioneers of an industry that is still very, very at its very young age. The Web3 crypto industry is about 14 years, 15 years of age today. Some people might argue 16, but I like to give it 15 years because when Bitcoin was finally launched out, that's when I'd like to count as people always count from when the white paper dropped out. So, but anyway, to not bore you with all of those story, my name is Chike Okonkwo, and I really do hope you guys can see my screen. And if you guys can hear me properly, let's just get into the process immediately. Let me know if you can see what I am sharing. If you can't, just maybe drop a comment and I will. Fantastic. All right, I think I'll get into it. So I'm the co-founder and business development director at Gamic, and my conversation today is around blockchain architecture. We're paying a lot of focus around designing scalable and efficient solutions in the decentralized landscape with very, very key insight on structures, scalability, and future trends. When I was told about this, I said, okay, what's the best way to break this down for people? And I found out very simple ways to do that. So I think, firstly, you might say, okay, what is gaming and what do gaming do? Firstly, gaming started off as a Web3 gaming community where we introduce people to play games that are on-chain games. So games that have cryptocurrency, NFTs embedded in them. This was where we started out doing. And we built our community on a platform called Discord. And today we set out to build a platform called the Gaming app, which is a very innovative app that we use in bringing together gamers, content creators, Web3 enthusiasts, and anybody who's looking for a very, very simple application or platform to manage community, create engaging conversations, and also people are able to be incentivized for having conversations on the platform. So this is who we are, and this is what Gamic is all about. A very simple to use, only one platform for community. You have your crypto activities also on there. You also have other mini applications that can be built on the Gamic app. But in the course of the conversations, I'll also give some insights as to with examples of some of the things I'll be talking about right here. So I'll go right into it. What is the blockchain, or what is the conversation around blockchain architecture? I know quite a number of you must have heard about the blockchain. In simple terms, I like to say the blockchain is a ledger. We can call it a distributed ledger technology for secure and transparent and also immutable record keeping. When you say immutable, it means that it cannot be altered. And to break that down, I like to say it's a ledger, or you see it as a document or a book that transactions are recorded. That is what the blockchain really is about. I like to say there is nothing so special about the blockchain, but the only major thing about the blockchain, which I love, is that it brings transparency to any industry that it is applied into. It makes the process transparent, and it makes the process very trustworthy without you having to bring in distrust parties or involved in that industry. Some of the key components to look out for on the blockchain are the fact that people say blockchain. Why is it called a blockchain? And if you see some of the components here, you have blocks, chain, nodes, consensus mechanisms. These are very, very quite technical words, but they might be simple English. But when you begin to dive into these components, you'll find out more technicalities around it. And the reason why it is called a blockchain is because they are block of transactions. That's a chain of transactions that are put into blocks. So those chains are blocks that are connected along the line. Whenever each block of transaction is completed, that one is short, block is created again, and they form a chain of blocks, and that's why it's called the blockchain. I may not be doing very deeper justice to it, because if we get into that, there are a lot of technicalities to unpack. But making it easy for you, especially if you're not interested in all of the technical jargons that you might be hearing today, but this gives you a sense of understanding what the blockchain is about. Then we also have what we call nodes, and it's these nodes. These nodes are computers that participate in the network for each transactions to be recorded, and also in turn, new tokens, new assets, when it comes to blockchain, are created. And that's where, if you come across the world when someone says, oh, Bitcoin miners, Ethereum, maybe miners and all of that, these are the people who have these nodes, computers that do this work, that participate on the network, that allows for new assets to be created. And also, they now, this node now record this transaction on the chip, that now adds them into a block where they are stored for record keeping and also for public use. You can actually access them publicly. One thing about the blockchain is that it's very public and it's very open to everybody. When you click on it, if I send you my wallet, once you click on that wallet and you take it to an explorer of any chain that the wallet belongs to, you can actually see and track every transaction, every history of transactions that I have done. So that brings transparency. But if I tell you today to give me your bank account, if we cannot use your bank account to track all the history of transaction that you have ever done. Why? Because that is a centralized network. But in a decentralized network, you can track. It is very open to everybody. That's what makes it decentralized and distributed. So some keywords to actually look at, or for some key sentences to look at when you're talking about the blockchain, is that it is a decentralized ledger technology, very much immutable, because its records cannot be tampered with, and it is secured by what we call cryptography. If you have never heard about the word cryptography, you can go online and read about the word cryptography. The blockchain is secured by cryptographic language. Moving over to how we can actually explore how we can actually explore ecosystems and their impact for us as people, and also how we can actually leverage this technology. Blockchain ecosystems are actually diverse chains of blockchains that you may have heard about. Ethereum. Some of you may have heard talk about Solana, BSC or Binance Chain or BNB Chain, Polkadot. You may have heard about Cosmos. If you're familiar with those words, these are different blockchains that are out there that have been created after the creation of the Bitcoin blockchain. The Bitcoin blockchain is a very robust network, the oldest blockchain ever created, and it is very heavy, but you cannot build solutions on top the Bitcoin blockchain in the early days. And that was what brought about the invention of Ethereum. Ethereum was invented by a young guy called Vitalik Buterin, together with his co-founder, who is the CEO of Consensus. And they came together to say, why is it that Bitcoin, in order for you to create a new token or you want to build anything that has to be a decentralized system, you have to create a blockchain. But one of the things about creating a blockchain is that you need a lot of things. You need developers, you need contributors, you need people of different, you need a lot of things to put that together. So it was very bulky and very difficult to do that. So they said, okay, you know what? Let's create a chain called Ethereum, which they launched out, and Ethereum was launched for people to be able to build on top of the Ethereum network. But as we go further down, I will elaborate more on that. Then some key elements in ecosystems are when it comes to different diverse blockchain ecosystems, protocols, dApps, which are called decentralized applications, and the famous crypto assets. We all know the first ever decentralized ever dApps. So when you see the word dApps, DAPPS, is called decentralized application. Just like you have apps on your Google Play Store or on your iOS store. That's the way we have decentralized applications on the blockchain. And also thereabout, we also have crypto assets. Also the impact on industries. The blockchain industry today is actually bringing a lot of revolution around finance, around gaming, around the art industry, real estate, healthcare, energy, and also coming to government. There's quite a number of things happening there. A government like Estonia, they are one of the leading governments in the world, bringing a lot of their government activities on the blockchain. And this is actually helping them make more and more of their systems more trustworthy. For example, their visas are e-visas today. If you want to go to Estonia, you can actually get an e-visa very quickly once all the approvals are there. And there's the technology behind that platform also has a blockchain component that keeps record of everything and makes it transparent. So you can see that more governments are actually beginning to take it seriously. Finance has been one of the first places where blockchain and crypto first started playing in. Bitcoin in itself was tagged a digital currency, which everybody wanted to digitize and decentralize finance, which is what brought about the word called decentralized finance that we call DeFi today. I will throw more light on that as we go. Gaming also has been able to do that, bringing Web3 into gaming, bringing components of the blockchain, cryptocurrency, NFTs, and all of that into gaming. Art, I know there was a time where we had the NFTs bubbles. For people who do not know what NFTs are called non-fungible tokens. And a non-fungible token is, what's it called? Let's say I have a piece of art. When I convert that art to a digital work, or I'm a digital artist, once I convert my digital artist to an NFT, it is only just that one that is available. You can never find it anywhere. That's why it's called non-fungible token. It is not. But other currencies are fungible because you can have Bitcoin in itself. There will only be 21 million Bitcoin that will ever circulate in the world, and that makes it a fungible asset because it is a lot. 21 million Bitcoin. If you didn't hear me, 21 million Bitcoin is what all of us today is what will be available for all of us to ever own. If any of us here have the mind to, I would like to purchase Bitcoin someday. But that's the beautiful process about it, because blockchain, crypto assets can be broken down into smaller, pieces. As you come into the industry, if you do not know that, you begin to understand majority of this informations. Interoperability needs, ensuring communication across different blockchain networks. Some of the types of blockchain that are out there, in fact, not some, the major types of blockchain that you can lay your hands on are a public blockchain, a private blockchain network, hybrid blockchain, which is a combination of private and and public. Then you also have what we call consortium blockchains, or we can call them enterprise blockchains. These are chains that can be built for a company. A consortium blockchain can be, let's say, I chose to build a chain for a particular process in an industry. Companies can use that chain to do a lot of activities. I would like to say a very good example of what a consortium blockchain looks like is there's a company that used to be called AppZone in Nigeria. Currently, they have now changed their name to Zone. Zone used to build a lot of infrastructure for NIBS, and NIBS is also one of the players that provide the infrastructure that Nigerian banks using connecting themselves for them to speak to each other. And a zone today, they are actually providing infrastructure that are also blockchain based for the financing institutions in Nigeria today. And they are a very, very blockchain agnostic infrastructure. Then we also have what we call smart contracts. Like I talked about, Ethereum brought about the buzzword smart contracts, and smart contracts are self-executing contracts with rules embedded into them on the blockchain. So that's what smart contracts are all about. So I would like to discuss some of the challenges that people might face and things to consider when you're building a blockchain architecture, or when you are trying to build a framework or build a product around the technology. There are a lot of technical challenges that has to do with interoperability, scalability, storage requirements. Then we also have security concerns. There's something called a 51% attack. It is known that the blockchain cannot be hacked. A lot of people have argued that quantum computing that is coming will be able to maybe go against the security of the blockchain. It's still a conversation, it's still a thought. It hasn't been done. But there's something called the 51% attack. I may not be able to throw more light here because it's very technical and you can actually read up about them. Then we also have the Sybil attacks. Then also we have what we call some challenges around regulatory and compliance issues. And this is why lawyers in the house must really pay attention to the industry, because you guys are very, very much needed in this space. Currently, a lot of regulatory conversations, we have been having them with the Nigerian government in recent times, and we have not been doing this without lawyers. If lawyers don't understand the industry, I'm not sure we'll be able to talk to regulators, or when these issues of compliance come up, we will not be able to talk about them. So we need lawyers to begin to learn about this industry so we can actually work with them while building companies in the industry. And we also have user adoption and user experience. It is known that blockchain projects and products can be very, very cumbersome to understand and to use. Then also that makes the adoption process very difficult because of the complex technology and user accessibility. And remember, I talked about how we need more blockchains are being built today to make this easier. If you go into some of the ways to actually build very efficient applications or dApps in the industry, you need to actually look into some of these principles and also new ways of doing things in the industry. Some of you here may maybe tomorrow pick interest in building or maybe offering a service in the industry. You should look for better ways to actually build a solution using the blockchain without actually telling anybody that it is built on the blockchain. And that's one of the things we have done at Gamic. We have tried to make our platform very, very user-friendly. If you get into the Gamic app today, I do not need to tell you that it's a blockchain product. When I introduced Gamic to you guys at the beginning of my conversation, I didn't say Gamic is a blockchain app. I didn't say Gamic is a blockchain solution. All I told you is that Gamic is a social platform or is an innovative app where communities can have conversations, do all kinds of things that is available on the app. So meaning that we've been able to put blockchain on the layer of the app. And what does blockchain do there? Blockchain provides security on the Gamic app. Blockchain has been able to encrypt most of the conversation. And unlike some other chat apps and social media platforms out there, you can't hack any account on the Gamic app. You cannot seize an admin's community on the Gamic app. We have seen situations whereby communities on other platforms admins have lost admin rights to their communities because they were open to some sort of hack, or somebody took over their community because of maybe a bug on the system of the company and all of that. But on the Gamic platform, that's very difficult because why? It is protected by the blockchain and encrypted. And also it helps, we have also brought in what we call user friendliness and a user friendly interface. If you open the app today, very simple to use. I don't need to start speaking all the crypto jargons. But when you begin to navigate around the app, you now begin to see all the crypto activities that can be done. That's where it now begins to tell you, oh, this is a Web3 product. This is a product that's on the blockchain. So that is what you should strive to build if you're building a system on the blockchain or using the technology. And there are very, very simple development stacks today that are coming out for people to build. In the early days, Ethereum created Ethereum blockchain, and people were able to build solutions on Ethereum. Today, we have the likes of Polkadot, we have the likes of Cosmos Chain, we have the likes of Manta Protocol, we have the likes of what's it called, Avalanche. We have a lot of blockchains out there today. I can't even count how many blockchains are out there today. Many of them are, there's something called, many of them are a replica of almost of the other, but just in different ways. They have been able to replicate themselves. And they all serve either the same purpose or slightly different purpose. But all of them, all these different blockchains are trying to make the Web3 industry less technical and more easy to understand and more easy for people to take their DApp life cycle from ideation stage to development phase to deployment of that product, and also begin to monitor user activities on those platforms. So these are some of this is the life cycle of any kind of solution. So building a DApp on the blockchain is just like building any other kind of platform that follows the same life cycle. Then very important aspect of the space, which is where you hear a lot of people talk about cryptocurrencies and tokens. So people have asked me, is a coin different from a token? I'll tell you yes and no. The key difference between a token and a coin, they are all cryptocurrencies. All of them are all cryptocurrencies because why? They are all cryptographically encrypted. And because they are incentives on the chain, they are now currencies because you get paid for giving value, and also you in turn receiving value by them giving you either a token or a coin. Now, the key difference between a token and a coin is tokens are coins are created by blockchains. So when Ethereum Foundation created Ethereum blockchain, they created a coin called Ethereum coin. You may know that today Ethereum is the second coin with the largest valuation in value as after Bitcoin. So Ethereum is the second largest cryptocurrency in valuation after the Bitcoin that we all know about. So Ethereum is a coin because it is a coin for a blockchain. The same way we have Polkadot chain, they have their Polkadot coin, which is for their blockchain. Gamic is a platform that is built on the blockchain, but we do not have a coin. But Gamic is going to have a token. We are getting ready for our token launch on Gamic. One of the things that you can, why I say a token is because a token can serve as a utility token for a product, and it is not a blockchain. So get the difference. A coin is attached to a blockchain, but a token is for a product that is built on a blockchain. So that's just the key difference between a coin and a token. Until maybe Gamic goes on ahead to now build Gamic blockchain. Then when we have launched out our token, then in the future, it can now become a coin because that is what powers the blockchain. So people can call them tokens, coins interchangeably. They are not wrong, but this is just one of the key difference between a token and a coin. But they are all called cryptocurrencies. Then also cryptocurrencies and tokens, they are digital assets representing the value of a value or utility in a project or in a blockchain. They facilitate transactions, like I told you before, transactions, and they incentivize network participation. So when I told you that if you give value, you receive value, that's where you being incentivized from using all of those on the chain. Then one more thing we should look at is the scalability of how solutions that are out there for scaling the issues of transaction speed, latency issues, throughput that may come out from any kind of blockchain. Back in the days, in the early stage of Bitcoin, when Bitcoin started becoming really, people started making use of the blockchain network, and a lot of people started mining Bitcoin. Every 4 years, every 4 years, Bitcoin, the difficulty level of mining Bitcoin halves. That's when you might have heard about Bitcoin halving. And when that halving happens, it makes mining Bitcoin more difficult. So every 4 years, the process of mining Bitcoin becomes difficult. We had a Bitcoin halving just this year. So the next Bitcoin halving is going to happen in the next 4 years. That's 2028. And it's still going to become more difficult to mine Bitcoin. And all of that, those process where it now makes also transaction fees on the blockchain. And the more the network is clogged, transaction fees on the network became quite expensive back in the days. So there was need for the community. They came together and said, how can we solve this problem? The same thing happened some years back, maybe 2-3 years ago with Ethereum. A lot of other major blockchains is happening to them today. So people are building scalable solutions that can help mitigate the issues of transaction fees, the speed of which I can send a token from my wallet to your wallet, or a coin from my wallet to your wallet. Sometimes the blockchain becomes clogged and has latency issues. So solutions to help mitigate all of that are now there. So if you want to build a solution on a blockchain, rather than building directly on Ethereum chain, you can today build on any of the layer 2 solutions that are out there to help mitigate some of the issues you will have if you build directly on Ethereum. I will explain a bit more. So layer 1 solutions like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Polkadot, many of these are layer 1 blockchains. They are older generation of blockchains. I would like to use that word so that you can understand better. But in the real world, you call them layer 1 blockchains because why? They are traditional blockchains. Then we have what we call sharding, which is helping in partitioning that chain into smaller chains. So this helps activities on the blockchain on that particular chain are broken into smaller activities. And you on your own, you don't know what is happening behind, because why? These solutions have been put in place technically when the system is becoming clogged, and it now automatically begins to break the system down into smaller chains. These are solutions that have been deployed to help mitigate some of these issues. Then we have what we call the consensus optimization, whereby you switch to an efficient mechanism. If your product was built on a protocol that's called proof of work, the Bitcoin blockchain, the consensus mechanism it uses is called proof of work. But the Ethereum blockchain, the consensus mechanism it uses is called proof of stake. So meaning that if you were going to mine Bitcoin and you want to mine Ethereum, if you want to mine Bitcoin, you need to install very big, massive machines for you to be able to run nodes for Bitcoin mining. Back in the early days, at the beginning, you could use your laptop and save your coins that you mine on your hard drive. But if you try that today, you will fry your laptop between splits of seconds, because it is difficult to use just a laptop to mine Bitcoin today. But proof of stake has made it easy that with your laptop and just running a few nodes, these nodes, you just need some very few machines as unlike Bitcoin, where you need very massive machines to actually do that. Very, very small machines that you can connect to your computer and manage the process. This is called proof of stake. And you are staking a part of your coin to actually get more. Staking in the crypto world is like your what's it called, fixed deposits you do in the bank, where you put some money in the bank and lock it up for a period of time, and at the end of the end of the day, you are able, maybe at the end of that lockup period, you would have earned some certain percentage at the end of, if it's 6 months, you say you're locking it for, if it's 1 year, whatever your percentage is agreed upon between your bank and yourself, or whatever interest rate is that works for that bank, that is the interest you will earn at the end of the lockup period of your fixed deposit. That's what happens in staking in the blockchain industry. Then we also have layer 2 scaling solutions. Remember I said Bitcoin, Ethereum, Polkadot, and a couple of others out there, they are layer 1 blockchains. Then layer 2 chains, well, you can call them layer 2 scaling solutions. Layer 2 scaling solutions have to do with what we call maybe state channels. These are off-chain transactions that are for off-chain transactions for faster processing. And one layer 2 scaling solution that was created for Bitcoin is called the Bitcoin Lightning Network. Bitcoin Lightning Network was created by a group of people in the Bitcoin ecosystem to help reduce transaction fees for Bitcoin. And that's why today transaction fees for Bitcoin has reduced drastically, unlike what it was when it was blowing up and when the chain was becoming more, when activities were happening more and more on the chain. Then we also have what we call roll-ups. Roll-ups are a way to bundle, bundling transactions off-chain. All those transactions will be taken off-chain by the system. It will confirm the transaction, it will keep the record, and at the end of the day, bring them, it will sign the transaction off-chain, do everything, then brings it back on-chain to record it. So when you go online, you can see the transaction recorded on that chain, on the public chain that everybody can see. So if I collect your, let's say a solution that uses the roll-up scaling solution, if I send bulk transactions in large numbers to people all at once, it will take that transaction off chain, and all this happens automatically. You're not the one taking it yourself. It's just that this solution has been implemented on the technical side, and it takes it off chain, confirms the transaction, and brings it back on chain and record it. Some of them, we call them optimistic roll-ups, ZK roll-ups. There are many chains now that we call ZK roll-up solution that are being implemented today. And all of these solutions are blockchains of their own, but they are layer 2 chains. We also have side chains also that you can also call layer 2 solutions. Side chains are some of the recent blockchains that you may have heard about. You may have heard about Polygon. You may have heard about Celo. You may have heard about Optimism, Arbitrum. These are some of the very, very common and early layer 2 solutions that are out there. Then we have Ronin. Ronin is a chain, and Ronin is a chain that they are trying to be a layer 2 solution for gaming projects. So gaming studios who are building games and they want to implement they want to implement Web3 components into their game. Ronin has created their chain to be very friendly with gaming projects. Liquid Network, the same thing, gaming projects. Loom Network is trying to be a chain for social media projects. Let's say somebody here one day says, I want to build the next Instagram, but on the blockchain. You can look at a Loom Network and say, okay, I want to use the Loom Network protocol as the layer that I build my next Instagram, Web3 kind of Instagram on. So these are what side chains are, and the layer 2 scaling solutions are all about. I know I've really spent a lot of time on that, but I just needed you guys to understand the differences between layer 1 solutions and layer 2 solutions, and why layer 2 solutions actually came about. So we have case studies already that I have mentioned, some case studies already in the past, and I'll just highlight them for you. The first ever DApp or application that was built on the blockchain was a currency which we called Bitcoin. And like we all know, or for those who know, who have read about Bitcoin, the Bitcoin white paper was launched or was released in 2008, and the first Bitcoin was mined in 2009. So every what's it called? Every coin that has been mined, the Bitcoin itself was actually, as people say, was launched out by somebody or a group of people with a pseudonym called Satoshi Nakamoto. And the smallest value of Bitcoin is called a Satoshi because of the name Satoshi Nakamoto. So if I tell you I want to send you 0.05 Satoshi or 0.5 Satoshi, it means that I'm sending you half of one Bitcoin, 0.5 Satoshi. But if I'm sending you a full Bitcoin, I'm sending you one Bitcoin. A full coin is called one Bitcoin. But when you begin to break it down into smaller units, it is called Satoshis. Then also, we have what we call Ethereum. Ethereum was the other blockchain that brought about the invention of people being able to build products on a blockchain without launching a blockchain of their own. So that's what the Ethereum case study, that's what Ethereum is the father of all chains that allows you to build on a blockchain. And it is a decentralized application that uses the consensus mechanism called proof of stake. Bitcoin uses the consensus mechanism called proof of work. I mentioned DeFi in the early days, at the early stage of this conversation. DeFi, like we know, is called decentralized finance. And for you to, for you to be able to play in the decentralized finance or play in anything that has to do with DeFi, you use platforms like Uniswap, you use platforms like, what's the other one? Sushi Swap. There are quite a number of swaps that are out there. You also have the other one on famous one that is called Pancake Swap. There are a lot of decentralized platforms that are out there today. These DeFi solutions can actually provide the same solutions that a bank can provide for you. You can deposit, you can save, you can provide liquidity to give loans, you can receive loans, all kinds of activities and more that you can do in a bank can be done in a decentralized finance solution or on a decentralized finance solution. There's this conversation that in the coming future, banks may not be able to compete with DeFi solutions, especially with what we are currently experiencing today. I may not be able to go into technical of some of the deep conversation as to why that statement came about. But if you do more research on DeFi, you may see some of the very good information as to why you as a person should understand how to use a DeFi solution. Then we also have some, that are called stable coins. These are assets, digital assets that are that have little or no volatility at all. Like we know, cryptocurrencies are very volatile. People say it goes up like this and down, goes up like this and down, but these are all charts, and because of how people are trading these tokens, and that's what is affecting the price that is going up and is coming down in value. But stable coins are a very easy way to hold your assets, save money, send money across board, pay for goods and services online, fast, very easy to use. And there are several types of stable coins that are out there. We can't begin to go into the different types, but one of them that I would like to mention here is USDC. USDC is built by a company called Circle, and Circle is also, we just recently Gaming just recently joined the Circle Alliance network. So USDC is a major player in the stablecoins industry. Some people have said that stablecoins is a very, very good way to save your money. It is not a financial advice from me, but I think it's true in the sense I do it. I know a couple of other people that also use stablecoins as one of the means they save their money and to protect their money from devaluation. And it makes it easy for you to not be looking for physical dollar. So stable coins are a dollar that is digital, but it is on the blockchain. So that's why they are called stable coins. So if I send you a Bitcoin from my wallet, before it comes to you, it might have dropped in value by maybe a very large value might have dropped, or a very small value might have dropped. And also it may have increased in value also. But when I send you stablecoin, whatever I send to you, the value at which I sent it to you is what you will that value you will receive it at in your wallet. So that's why it's called stable coins. Then we also have what we call GameFi projects. Like I told you, gaming started off as playing in the GameFi space, and we still do that. We still play, we still introduce gamers to decentralized games. We introduce gamers to, sorry, the word I like to use is on-chain games, because these games are played and they have on-chain activities that involve cryptocurrency, people being able to call to win loot boxes. So aside that, gaming is fun. I like to tell people that the first key thing about gaming is that gaming has to be entertaining and fun. Then what Web3 is trying to bring into gaming is that it gives you power to own your assets in the game. It gives you the power to what? Play and earn cryptocurrency and rewards. It gives you the power to own your in-game assets. Let's say you play a game that is on-chain and you get banned. Maybe you broke a rule in that game. Even if your account is banned and you can never use that account again, the assets you've been using in that game, maybe like the characters, if you play like Call of Duty and PUBG and the rest of them, those characters, those guns, whatever it is that you buy, you can now take them because they are on-chain. You can take them and import them into a new account that you create. It's just like your crypto wallet. If you create a crypto wallet on Gamic today, you can export your Gamic crypto wallet to another wallet. And if you have another existing wallet somewhere, you can import that wallet to Gamic and continue using it on the Gamic platform. So this is one of the beauty of decentralization. You can't take a bank account from one bank and import it into another bank. Which bank is going to allow you? Rather, they will tell you to open a new account, provide all your details again, all the certificates, everything that they want to ask you for. Sorry, no slander to any bank. Everything that you have given to the other bank, this new bank is going to ask you of it again. So you cannot just import your bank account, say, I don't like this bank again, move my account to the next bank. It will never happen. But in the crypto space, it happens. We also have SocialFi projects that I talked about. SocialFi projects are very social media that are social and finance. So you're bringing social activities to finance together. And Gamic is also a very major example of SocialFi is Gamic. Wapcast. Wapcast is the X that we have today, formerly called Twitter. Wapcast is the X of the crypto industry. A lot of Web3 people use Wapcast, and Gamic also is like the Discord and Telegram in one place of the Web3 industry. So with Gamic and with Wapcast, you are using a SocialFi project. And on Gamic, for every conversation that you have, you earn what we call GG reward points. For every message that you send, for everything that you do on Gamic, you are incentivized with what we call GG reward points. And those points, when our token is launched, we intend to convert those points to our token, which is our cryptocurrency that powers the Gamic ecosystem. So imagine you are sending messages on some of the social apps that you use today. Imagine every day you use those apps, you are incentivized for using it. A lot of us will be very, very rich in whatever crypto assets that platform chooses to use. But many of those platforms, we do not have access to the data. They are not censorship resistant. You can be chatting with me now on a platform, and you go on the other platform. Let's say you're chatting with me on WhatsApp. You go to Facebook, you go to Instagram. Maybe you say you are looking for chicken. I want to buy this. The next thing, they are bombarding you with advertisements of that thing you talked about. So there's no way you can censor all of that. It means that all of those applications are talking to themselves. So your data is used to retarget you as an ad. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but I'm saying that sometimes it's abusive because it becomes intrusive to your own personal activity. And that is where decentralization is trying to help reduce and cut some of all of those things. So interaction, sharing content is very decentralized. It's not controlled by a centralized network. Every conversation that is had on the gaming app today, we as gaming, as the owners and founders of the company, would not have access to your conversation. Because why? There's a blockchain layer called metrics protocol that is safeguarding your conversations from us, the developers of that product, to have access to your content. We do not have access to it. So it's just there and it's secure and safe. So there are more use cases out there, real estate, and a lot of other use cases, like I talked about in the very beginning. Healthcare, people are building solutions in healthcare. People are building solutions in real estate. People are bringing land titles on the blockchain, whereby you can verify a land title on the blockchain. You know, one of the biggest problems we have in Nigeria today is that I can sell a land to you, and somebody, one Omonile somewhere, or one youth, or one, whatever they call themselves, in a community, especially in the remote areas, before you come back tomorrow, after we have agreed on transactions and everything, we can come back tomorrow and somebody is saying, this land was sold to me today. And you ask yourself, how? I just paid for this land. So in order to mitigate against these issues, this is why we say lawyers should learn how the blockchain works, so that when people are building solutions that solve these problems, lawyers can help interpret some of this legal side of the technology. So future trends that we think will help the industry move forward is the interoperability of blockchains, where it is seamless for a product that is built on Ethereum to be able to do activities with a product that is built on Polkadot, or a product that is built on Manta network, or a product that is built on Linear. So this is what we call interoperability of blockchains, and it's beginning to happen. On the gaming app, we have what we call gaming bridge that will come in the future, whereby we want to be able to talk to your community. If you own a community already on Telegram, on Discord, on WhatsApp, we want to be able to help you import those communities, and you manage everything all in one platform. These are some of the ways that we're looking at interoperability coming into the system or into the ecosystem in the future. Chains will not be, if it's not an Ethereum chain, I cannot send this to you. But if I'm sending something to you, in the future, we'll see a situation whereby if I'm sending you a token that is from an Ethereum chain, it can also come to you without me selecting the chain. This is what we talked about when we say interoperability. But right now, what we have today is, if I want to send you currency from an Ethereum chain, you have to give me the same wallet that is on the Ethereum chain, or else you stand a chance to lose that coin when I send it to the wrong chain. We also have privacy preserving technologies like the ZK proofs, which are these are called layer zero knowledge proof technologies. These are very, very privacy focused kind of solution that helps bring some privacy into transactions, and also protecting some sensitive data in on the blockchain. Then we're going to see more AI driven blockchain projects, whereby people are combining AI and blockchain. The future is very fantastic. The future is very great. So if you're somebody who loves technology, you need to begin to explore ideas that does all of this. There's this saying that currently you might hear people say the bull run is coming, the bull run is coming. The bull run might be here, or the bull run has come. But one of the key trends people are saying is going to lead the bull run are projects that are blockchain AI projects. So that's artificial intelligence kind of blockchain projects or tokens that are built for artificial intelligence projects. So we are going to see more of that trend coming up in the future. Then we also have the green blockchain, whereby people are going to create blockchains that are very, very sustainable and very climate friendly. People have argued that Bitcoin mining has caused some damage to the environment, while there's the school of thought that it is not true. Bitcoin blockchain actually saves energy. But either ways, there's the other guys who are trying to remove themselves from that conversation and saying, rather than argue that Bitcoin is harmful, Bitcoin is not harmful, let us bring chains or develop blockchains that mitigate against environmental risk. So these are some of the future trends that will be seen in the coming future. And I believe I'm talking to a couple of people who are lawyers here, which I actually talked about at the very beginning. You're very, very much needed in the industry. There's legal guidance for implementing blockchain. So if you understand the industry, you will be able to navigate the regulatory framework or landscape, and you stay updated on regulations so that you can advise your clients who are building blockchain solutions. Gamic is a company that is a British that is set up in the British Virgin Island, but our solution is global. So we have a legal entity that understands blockchain. So when we launch out our product, we get advice from our legal guys and say, these are the markets that we are entering. What is the legal conversation around these regions so we can deploy and begin to get users from those regions? These are some of the things that you would like to also understand. And also companies that are launching out tokens. Companies that are launching out tokens, there are different regulatory framework for companies to be able to either do their token sale in different countries. So as a lawyer, if you're well informed as to what is working, you can advise your company and say, do not offer do your token offering to this country because they do not accept it. Do not do your token offering to this country, or you must meet this and this standard in this country. So it is lawyers that can advise companies on this. Then also we have what we call smart contract audits and compliance. I told you that smart contracts are deployed on blockchains, and these are digital contracts, not like it is signed by two parties, like we understand. But in order for companies to even create contracts that are enforceable, they need to also speak to lawyers and say what really works. Can we put so and so kind of contract and make it digital so that it can be enforceable? Also, these companies that are building, they need to protect their intellectual property. So it is lawyers that can help them do all of that. So you can be an in-house legal person for a crypto exchange, because now, especially in Nigeria, let me give you update. Nigeria today, the SEC has brought out what they call a provisional license. And today, I'm seeing many of my friends who run crypto exchanges beginning to employ compliance people. And also compliance has to do with legal people. So any lawyer who understands compliance, you can easily get a job working with a crypto company. And let me give you an example. A lot of lawyers who I know who work with crypto companies, they don't earn in naira, they earn in dollars. Because why? The industry is dollarized. So companies pay in dollars and they don't pay in naira. So you should update yourself as a lawyer and see how you can understand compliance in the industry, and maybe one day you clinch a role in one of these companies. Also, there's data privacy concerns where you can advise them on their data compliance and also their GDPR compliance state, and also about what's it called, compliance of their decentralized network. Also, you see where I talked about maybe a dispute that happens between two parties who says they bought the same land. If that case goes to court, sometimes they might need a legal person who understands the framework behind that decentralized solution, whereby I say, I bought this land, Mr. Chike bought this land, and Sarah says, somebody sold this land to me 2 weeks ago, and I, Mr. Chike, bought the land 1 year ago. What we can simply say is, okay, where's your evidence? If I come and present somewhere that says, yes, I sold this land to him, we can forge a document that backdates the time I bought that land, if I am lying. But if there's a blockchain system implemented by the government, let's say it's like Sitemap. Sitemap is a product by one of my friends who is the founder of House Africa. They are building Sitemap for real estate developers and for land titles and all of that. People are mapping lands on their products. So let's say Sitemap was used. As a lawyer, you already understand the blockchain and how the process of how Sitemap came about mapping that land. Mr. Chike bought the land in 2023, December. And Miss Sarah bought the land in August 2024. All the lawyer needs to do is go on that system, check the smart contract, how the approval and everything was done, and it brings out the timestamp, everything that proves that the data was timestamped by a blockchain system. And the lawyer, if the lawyer knows that, yes, it understands what the blockchain is, he cannot interpret that legally in a court of law if they take the matter to court, that this system is a blockchain system that has timestamped the date, the time, payment, and everything was made by Mr. Chike in so and so time in 2023. And thereby, Miss Sarah, whoever sold this land to you, has committed a crime by selling somebody's land to you. So you see that all the investigation and the back and forth conversation that would have gone that will make that case longer has now been reduced, because why? A system that is blockchain based has been implemented. So these are ways that I feel like, and there are still more ways lawyers can work in this space. These are just a few of them that I decided to talk about. So I think in conclusion, I'll tell you guys that the technology has a potential to revolutionize a lot of activities in different industries. We have supply chain management, healthcare. Supply chain has a big issue globally, and there are key problems, especially in Nigeria. If anybody can build a good supply chain management system, I'm sure manufacturers and raw materials people and any kind of industry, they will really love to use that product, because we have a lot of fakes in the world today. A lot of products move from one place to another, and we have seen cases in Nigeria where people are not very some people are not very what's the word, sincere. So we need this kind of systems that brings trust to industries to actually help remove the issue of distrust. And by understanding the architecture and the challenges and all of these trends, you'll be able to harness the power of this solution and also implement something if you decide to build anything in the industry. Thank you so much, guys, for listening. I think there will be time for questions. I think I'll leave it to Sarah. I don't know if she's talking. Are you there? Sarah, I can't seem to hear you properly. I don't know if I'm just the one, if other people can hear you.
Please, can everyone hear me? Network. Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you properly now.
Awesome. So let me begin to see the virtual class. I want to see those virtual class. This was such a fantastic session. Oh my God. Oh my God. Amazing. Amazing. Wow. Wow. What you can't expect anything less from someone that is in the blockchain space and has built a brand, right? A thriving brand at that in the blockchain space. You can't expect anything less. Wow, amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Chike. That was fantastic. Thank you. We are super grateful. Even from the applause coming in, you can see that we all learned a lot. Wow. All right. We'll be moving on to the Q&A session right now. So please kindly raise your hand if you have a question. Quickly raise your hand if you have a question. We really enjoyed today's class, especially how you broke down certain things that has to do with blockchain, from the types, private blockchain, public blockchain. You simplified it, and we are so grateful. So let's see the show of hands for your questions. Some of you have been asking me, for example, I have a data, we don't even know where this blockchain is. Blockchain seems inanimate, like it's in this air, in this space. So I've actually gotten some DMs on where exactly, like, it's sort of the, where exactly is blockchain? Like, is it in this space? This blockchain, like, I have a set of data, like, for a school. Where do I keep it? How do I upload it to blockchain? So this is one question that has been sent to my DM. And then before we take the other hands that have been raised, I would like to throw that question out to you, sir. Thank you so much.
All right, so the blockchain is not in anything or anywhere. Remember, I said the blockchain is a layer, is a ledger where transactions and activities are recorded. So it's the way AI solutions are coded and programmed. That's the way blockchain systems are coded and programmed. But one of the difference now, or the what's it called, the layer of the important layers of blockchain today is that there are languages that you use to program blockchain solutions. That's why I talked about what's it called, the different mechanisms that has to do with proof of work, proof of stake. Then if you are building, back in the days, it was difficult to program a full blockchain solution. Imagine what it would be if you want to build a what's it called? Let's say you want to build a what's it called? A full-on blockchain-based solution. You have to get blockchain developers, a lot of them, and people who contribute to the network and all that. Is a lot of work. But Ethereum came about and brought a new type of way and said, with the help of smart contracts. So all you need today is you can get all your developers to build your solution, front-end developers, back-end developers, UI, UX designers, all the different components to make a technical solution come alive. Then to now implement the Web3 side or the blockchain side, you now need smart contract developers. So smart contract developers are the ones who implement the aspect of your solution that now brings in the blockchain components into your solution. So that is why blockchain is not on the TA. Blockchain is a programmable solution, like you have AI programmable solutions. You have gaming that is a programmable solution, all of that. So it is not anything. Blockchain is a technology for good that you can pick up and build a solution that brings in trust into the industry or whatever it is you are building it for.
Amazing. Amazing. Thank you so much, sir. So, sir, if we were going to simplify that now, it simply means the same way you have software developers, back end, front end developers using all sorts of programming language. It's the same way we have blockchain developers using other programming blockchain related languages. Is that what it is in essence to create solutions using the blockchain network?
Sorry, I didn't hear the last thing you said. What was the last question?
Okay, I said that. So, sir, if we're going to simplify what you just explained to us, it therefore means that the same way we have programmers like, coding, that the front end, back end, creating solutions with different programming languages like JavaScript, it's the same way for the blockchain technology. We also have blockchain developers and coders developing solutions using the blockchain network.
Yes.
Okay.
And that's why I talked about the different stacks. The way you have people who know how to use C#, Java, Python, all those languages. That's the same way we have people who are Solidity. They are good at Solidity. They are good at the Cosmos SDK. They are good at Stacknet chain, for example. Stacknet has their own stack. All of that. But what you call developers like that are blockchain developers. Then when you now get into it and now begin to find out, okay, what sort of language on the blockchain are you used to? Do you program with Solidity? Do you program with all the different? They are out there. So for each blockchain, some of them use almost the same stack. Some of them create their own languages for you to be able to build on their chain, and you must use their language for you to build on their chain. So it's a technology that is programmable for anything that you want to use it for.
Amazing. Sir, you don't know how much you have saved us right now. You don't know how much you have saved us. Thank you so much, sir. So, sir, we'll be moving on to the next question. Omar, you raised your hand. Please kindly ask your question. Omar Iko, are you here?
Mine is not really a question. I just need clarification. So, you mentioned that there's a difference between a coin and a token. I didn't quite get the difference between the both of them. So, if you can throw more light on that, I really appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. So I'll use the example of Ethereum. So if you have ever bought an Ethereum coin before, or you have heard about Ethereum coin, Ethereum is a coin, and a coin powers the activities and incentivizes people who make use of a blockchain. So if you need to use Ethereum to build a solution, you have to use the Ethereum coin to pay for gas fees. Let's say if I'm building Gamic, and Gamic in turn will be built on Ethereum chain, the developers who will be developing the protocol, the blockchain protocol that guides the Gamic ecosystem, they will need to buy Ethereum coin to pay for activities or pay for what they call gas fees on the chain. Is that coin you use? So a coin powers a blockchain ecosystem, but a token powers the activities on a product that is built on a blockchain. So let's say Gamic is built on Ethereum. When Gamic, our token we are going to launch is a token, it is not a coin, because it is a utility token that powers the activities on the Gamic app. So activities on the Gamic app can only be powered by that token. So That's the difference between a token and a coin. A coin powers activities on a blockchain, while a token powers the activities and guides the activity, incentivizes and all of that of the activity of a project that is built on a block. Does that make sense to you, Omar?
Yes, I'll still read up on that, but thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. That was really amazing. So I don't know if it's possible to I don't know if we'll be deviating, but there was a question that I sent in the call message. I don't know if it tallies, if that's fine to ask that question.
Okay, so question on fractional ownership of real estate. Tokenization as a tool. Well, okay, this was yesterday.
Yes.
Fractionalization may give rise to liquidation risk. How is this solved? Or is it the fractionalization slash tokenization of real estate? Is it that fractionalization of real estate is only relevant as a collective investment scheme? So it is not only relevant in what's it called for investment. If you want to what's it called if you want to pay for services on that platform, let's use sitemap for example. Sitemap is a project that is bringing the blockchain into real estate and also trying to solve problems, simple problems that has to do with trust in real estate sector. So their token can also be used to pay for lands. Their token can also be used to incentivize people to even, they have something they are doing where they have agents around Nigeria that go around listing lands on the app. So for every land that you are listing, they are incentivizing you with their token. They have a fraction that they pay for every land that, and also I believe that if a land that you listed is sold, there's a particular token amount they will also pay you. So that's why I said the Web3 in itself is very, very, is value for value. And also it promotes incentivizing people to do more. That is what the is about. You may have also heard about move to earn. Move to earn is promoting people to do more works, people to jog more, people to run more, exercise more. You'll be incentivized for your running. That on a normal day you'll be lazy to run, but when you start running, when you check how many steps have I taken today, you now check how many tokens did I receive for the steps I took. So that's what all of these are not just only for investment purpose. So I don't know if I did justice to this question for the person. And the person talked about may give rise to liquidation risk. It can also give rise to liquidation risk because first of all, we know that tokens are very volatile and you can easily sell, you can easily buy. But I hope I can do justice to this question for this person. But at the end of the day, there are mechanisms that people who have developed these systems put in place for people not to be easily liquidated. I think where some of the liquidation risks come about for tokens and all of that is when you are trading these tokens on on centralized exchanges, a third-party exchange. When tokens and coins are listed on, for example, a Binance and OKX, a company I used to work with, and other kind of exchanges, you can go there and trade. And there are kind of trades you go into, you can be liquidated out of your money. That's why it's also important to learn how to trade. And also, that's why it's also important to understand the technology and the industry before you even put your 5 naira into it. At least learn. So I think these are some of the ways to mitigate these things.
Thank you so much, sir. There's another question in the chat. Let me read it out. So she's trying to find out, and she's asking that you please throw more light on blockchain in supply chain systems and how practical its adoption is going to be.
All right. There's a blockchain. I can't remember the name again off the top of my head, but I was reading about it. And also, I think there's a medical company in the US that moves products from, I think, from China to the European market. They were working in partnership with that blockchain. That chain said they were developed for people who want to be able to track supply chain management or bring in trust into supply chain. And also, I had a friend who did her thesis in supply chain management with a case study of how technology can simplify and make the process easy with the help of blockchain. So imagine being able to track, let's say I am a farmer, I'm a farmer, Chike Okongo, I'm a farmer, and I love agriculture. Let's say I plant um, yam, for example, or tomato, and I harvest those tomato. In order for me to be able to proof that this tomato actually left my farm, it can be imputed in a system the day it was harvested, everything and all of that, and taken from my farm to the end point of where it's going to be sold, either in a ShopRite or in a Spa, any of those stores. Because these stores have proper management system, people can implement supply chain management systems, and I, as a farmer, can put in my product details there. And at everywhere it gets to, till it gets to the store where it is going to be sold, I can be the farmer. Then there's a middleman who comes to offtake from me and goes to supplies to those stores. Then he also imputes it into the system that he took it from this farm. And at the end of where it gets to the final store, the store says, we bought it from this person and this person. So you can see the track record of that product. There will now have to be a final procedure that will be implemented for you to be able to track the life cycle of how the movement of that tomato got into the store. Let's also take that with cosmetics, perfumes, all kinds of products that we know that people just, especially cosmetics and drugs, where people, we know that out there they are fakes today, where people just produce all kinds of fake drugs, fake cosmetics, is a big problem in the world. And you also know in Nigeria, what's it called? All of these things that we see, that we say there's a fake this, fake that, and all that, is a big problem. So if you can implement a system that the government can adopt, and people begin to pay little fees for them to, if companies begin to pay little fees for them to track their products with this system, and with maybe a scan of their barcode, it just brings it out that this is actually from the industry. But if you get a fake one and you now scan the barcode, because it's not from that industry, it will not come up on that supply chain management system that is on the blockchain. Some people might say, I can build a simple system that tracks. What happens to a simple system that tracks is that it can be tampered with. Somebody can hack it and do all kinds of nonsense. Someone can, from the back end, edit it, and anything goes. But with a decentralized system, whatever is put in there is put in there. You can't hack it, you can't change it, you can't remove it. So this is what helps, why blockchain brings in trust into supply chain management.
Wow, amazing, amazing. So you just, from your explanation now, you just entered into a burning question in my heart, which is what really is, like, what makes blockchain that it cannot be tampered with? As in, what is that thing that it has that, see, that we, because that's one of the anytime blockchain is defined, that's part of the things that word, it cannot be tampered with. But we've heard of people that have been scammed on Binance. So that's why I'm careful when I'm defining blockchain, not to say it cannot be tampered with. I would say it cannot be easily tampered with, because I've heard of one or two scams on the cryptocurrency ecosystem. So what exactly is this thing? If you can help us throw more light, we'll be really grateful, sir. We can't hear you, sir. You're still muted.
Sorry. At the beginning, I said what brings in the element of security is cryptography. If you do a research on cryptography, you will understand that cryptography is a mathematical technique that ensures confidentiality and brings integrity, authenticates, and it brings in non-repudiation into a system. So cryptography is the major element that makes the blockchain system very, very secure. And this cryptography is a simple, how do I call it? Is an information, is done through mathematical techniques. So ones, zeros, and all of that, that's the coding language of cryptography. And I like to say, when I read the Bitcoin white paper, this was the first time in my life, and I'm going to say it here, this is the first time in my life I found mathematics very important for me. I don't know about another person, but when I read the Bitcoin white paper, I saw for the first time mathematics is playing a role in finance through the technology. So mathematics is the mathematical techniques that are put into codes that is bringing about cryptography. So that is what now secures the blockchain. Cryptography. That's why you hear cryptocurrency, because the currency that is secure cryptographically. Then you talked about hacks that happens on Binance and all of that. Let's not forget, Binance is a centralized exchange. And Binance as an exchange is safe. Yeah? If you keep your money in Binance, I'm not advocating for Binance, sorry. In the sense that Binance as a company, if there is a single layer of risk on the Binance system, you will know. But Binance has set aside the fact that cryptocurrency is immutable and also it is safe. If you expose your phone, let's say you went to click a link that exposed your password, and people, the bad actors are now able to access the password to your Binance app. It is not Binance that was hacked. It is you that was exposed to an element of a hack and your phone. It has happened to me a couple of times. I've fallen victim for it. My early days in cryptocurrency, 2018, I was wiped out. I traced and found out that I mistakenly went to stumble on a link that was the wrong wallet link to my wallet that I thought it was the right link. And I put in my private key. And these guys got my private key from that link and logged into my wallet and stole every coin that I had. The same way you can suffer a hack where you mistakenly click a link and it now exposes your password that you use in logging into your Binance app. Or sometimes it gives them access to your phone and you do not know. And they just simply remotely from where they are log into your details and your phone, and they are able to access some certain details, and they log in and they move your money out. And it's not a Binance problem. So sometimes these hacks are not the exchange's problem. It is you that was not somewhat careful I'm not blaming you as a person. It has happened to me, so I know the risk and I know what can happen. But if there's a hack on a Binance engine, it means maybe somebody has exploited the Binance system. Binance, let's not forget, Binance is a centralized system, and somebody can exploit their system, and their system exposes private keys of wallets that holds tokens. And once those private keys are exposed, without your private key, nobody can move any money from your wallet. The only way money can be moved from your wallet is through private keys. And once platforms are exploited, private keys are exposed, they will steal all the money that they find there. So that's why security is very top notch. It's a very major conversation in the space.
Wow. Amazing.
Wow. That was fantastic, sir. I have to be honest. Thank you. Thank you so much. Again, you have helped our brains. Yes, you have. Thank you so much, sir. And sir, the last question, we know we're taking a lot of your time. We'd like to know about your brand, Gamify. We'd like to know how do we utilize it? How do we gain access? How do we benefit from your brands? So you're muted.
Sorry, I keep forgetting that I'm muted. So one of the major things I talked about Gamic is people can leverage the Gamic app as a means for communication. You can create a community on the Gamic app. If you have a community and you need a platform where you can efficiently and effectively manage community. Let's say this community has people who are lawyers, people who are content creators, all kinds of walks of life. In order for you to be able to efficiently manage them, some other platforms can give you ways on how to partition it. But on the Gamic app, all you can simply do is create rooms. You can create rooms for lawyers, you can create rooms for content creators, you can create rooms for digital artists, whatever it is, partition it. Then you also have channels that are very, very much public. Everybody can come there, banter, relate to themselves, whatever you chose to do with your channels. So imagine a Discord that is very, very easily. People have said that Discord is this, is that. Discord is an amazing platform, very robust. But gaming has now brought in the element of simplicity, easy to use. Then we also added crypto activities where you can send and receive crypto. For somebody who does not know how to use a wallet before, once you create an account on Gamic, you automatically have a crypto wallet without having to go and create a wallet by yourself. And you can export that wallet to any other wallet you like, as far as it's a decentralized platform. And the Gamic app also, we promote a lot of gaming activities. We push esports. We're very big on esports in Africa. We also encourage people to create communities on the app. And you can be a clan chief, create a community, manage your gaming community on the Gamic app. And as an admin, you earn incentives each time people use your referral link to join your community. And as a community member, you are incentivized with points each time you message, each time you chat, and all of that. Also, we have features where you can on-ramp, off-ramps, and do all of that, crypto to Naira, Naira to crypto on the platform. We have a partner that we work with on that. We are working together. We're working on expanding and having more currencies for people to off-ramp into other fiat currencies aside Naira. And also, we still have a lot that has not come, in the sense that we're going to have mini apps. I know a lot of people might be hearing about games, tap games on Telegram, but for us, it's not just about tap. For us, it's about people being able to build mini applications that can be usable by their community members. And also, if you don't want to launch out a mini app and go and launch it in a Play Store somewhere, but you want somewhere where people can easily find you, on the Gamic app, you can launch it. And one good thing is, remember I said Gamic is sort of like a combination of Discord and Telegram in one. Very, very simplified, very, very easy to use. But for us at Gamic, if you create a mini app when we have launched that feature, you're going to support all kinds of chain that we support. We currently support about 19 blockchains, but when you create a mini app on Telegram, you can only support Ton, which is their Ton chain. So we really have quite a lot of things that are in store coming on the platform. Download the app, play around it, join a community or create a community. If you have a community, you can gradually bring your community on there and use it to manage your communities.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. That was really fantastic. Now already, sir, they're asking the spelling. I believe it's GAMIC, right?
Yes,
Can we
yes.
get
And,
that?
and one more thing I didn't talk about is, as a community owner, so we know that people do giveaways a lot on in the industry. So you want to easily give a large number of people tokens or do giveaways for them. Rather than telling them to copy their wallet address, with a click of just a few buttons, everybody who qualifies to receive that airdrop or that giveaway, you just add them with their username from your community. It disburses the token or the asset to them in their wallet automatically, and all they just need to do is claim. They click on claim. If you are not added to claim, you can't claim. Only the specific usernames that are added to claim that airdrop can claim, unless you make it anybody. You can do it a first come first serve basis if you just want to give it out to anybody, or if there are specific people who have qualified for an airdrop, you can easily do that on the Gamic app.
Wow, amazing. So, sir, we can download from Play Store, right?
Yes, it's on
Fantastic.
iOS, it's on Play Store, it's on the web. But the app the app has more activities.
Wow, wow. Thank you so much, sir. You definitely get to you would see a lot of new downloads definitely from today, because I'm pretty certain after this session a lot of us will be downloading and utilizing the blockchain innovation. Thank you so much, sir. I want to confirm Madam Deborah if she's on this call so that she can speak and give her closing remark. Madam Deborah. Okay, she actually reached out to me that she was having some network issues, but if not, we could proceed. All right, sir. So on behalf of Madam Deborah, sir, I wish I can thank you the way I know she will thank you from the depth of her heart for this profound and amazing knowledge you have shared with us. It's not just theory, but it's the expertise you bring to the table. It's the practicality you bring to the table, and it's the solution that you are already doing. And sir, we are so grateful. We are sincerely grateful from the depth of my heart on behalf of the Hilton Top Solicitors, on behalf of Madam Deborah, on behalf of these amazing interns sending in their virtual claps, sending in their virtual appreciation right now. We say a very big thank you, sir. God bless you. Thank you so much. We are super certain we can't even afford your class. If we were going to charge us, we can't pay. We can't pay. Even if you were to tell us to pay just one Bitcoin. It's not too small. We are so grateful. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you,
We'll have
sir.
a very amazing day, everyone. Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, sir. We'll definitely be connecting with you on LinkedIn, so please expect our connect message. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much, guys. Bye.
Yes. Bye bye, sir.